Back here at Fort Morgan High School at Prairie Riddle, this is Brian Nickel. Getting ready for the start of the Fort Morgan boys game. The standings in the Colorado 7 League right now, Fort Lupton, Elizabeth, Vista Peak, and Fort Morgan all at 1-0 in league. Alameda, Inglewood, Weld Central, and Skyview all sit at 0-1. Fort Lupton overall is 4-4. Elizabeth is 2-5. Vista Peak is 6-3. Fort Morgan is 4-4. Alameda 3-4. Inglewood 1-5. Weld Central 2-6. And Skyview sits at 6-3. The other games tonight that are going on in the Colorado 7 League, Weld Central is at Skyview. Inglewood is at Alameda. And Fort Lupton is at Elizabeth. So we will get started here shortly as they will see if we can see who the starters are here for the Fort Morgan Mustangs. So we will give those to you. The Fort Morgan starting lineup is brought to you by Cargill Beef. Cargill Beef is committed to feeding the world in a responsible way by reducing environmental impact and continuously improving products and processes. Learn about Cargill's story of commitment at www.cargill.com. So starting tonight for your Fort Morgan Mustangs is senior Nate Gertner, sophomore Trey McBride, junior Austin Breidenbach, sophomore Grayson Garber, and junior Tate Kimball. And we will get the starters here for the Vista Peak Bison here shortly. And starting from them is Dylan Holt, Alex Hawkins, Trey Early, Tay-Ray Johnson, and Terrell Jones. These two teams last year split as the Mustangs lost at Vista Peak 57-50, but they won here last year 67-54. So they played them tough there, and they pretty well dominated them here at home last year. Some new players and some returning players. I know for the Mustangs coming back, Trey McBride, Tate Kimball, Nate Gertner, and Austin Breidenbach, Grayson Garber was started last year. And also for the Vista Peak Bison, Dylan Holt, Alex Hawkins, very familiar names from Vista Peak. So we will see how this unfolds tonight as Fort Morgan came off a big victory Tuesday night against Skyview, 65-54. So it's always a battle with Vista Peak every year for the league championship. So this is a big game. They need to dominate on the court at home, and so we will get this started here shortly. The opening tip is brought to you by Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance. Looking to find insurance for your car, home, or even for you? Call Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance at 2 locations in Brush and Fort Morgan. We can help you with your home, car, health, or life insurance questions or provide a quote. We are about ready to get this game underway as Trey McBride will go up against Dylan Holt as the Bison control the tip. They look to set up their offense as Dylan Holt, it's Alex Hawkins out high being guarded by Garber. Man-to-man defense here by the Mustangs. Now with Terrell Jones, he gets it over to Holt out at the point once again being guarded by Breidenbach. Gertner guards early. Now they're going to try to get it underneath. They do get it underneath. They're going to pass it back out though. as Jones was covered. Hawkins gets it over into the corner to Holt. Holt drives it down the lane. His shot is up and no good. Rebound finally comes down to Trey McBride. The first rebound goes to McBride. Shot from the right side up and good by Tate Kimball. Nice way to start it out with Tate Kimball. Shot is going to be up and good. I believe that 23 that did that. I believe that was number 23.
I believe so.
Ray Johnson with his first bucket. Now a steal by the Bison, but the Fort Morgan gets it back. But that's going to be a turnover as Tate Kimball was not established in the front court yet. So each with a quick turnover here in the first period. 2-2 early on here. As they drive it all the way down, that shot is going to be up and no good. Rebounded by Holt. He gets a couple of rebounds, but taken away by Garver. Garver with a behind the back dribble. His shot is up and no good. No foul call on the other end. Now they're going to call a foul on this end. They're going to call Trey McBride with the foul on the floor. Garver just could not get that ball to go at the other end, and then Gertner also with a follow could not get it to go. So you get the ball in, now to Holt. Holt to Jones, back to Hawkins out at the three-point line. His three is up and off the back of the rim and no good. Rebounded by Trey. His pass is going to be taken away though down at the other end. Turnover by the Mustangs. Not a good pass there by Trey. So you get the ball into Ray Johnson. Kick it off to Early out at the point. He's being guarded by Gertner. Now over to Johnson once again as they give it underneath to Holt. His shot is up and no good. Rebounded by McBride as they get the ball down to Tate Kimball. Kimball jumps from the left side, is off the rim and no good. Rebounded by Early. As Hawkins being guarded by Garver picks up his dribble, gives it over to Early. Far side to Johnson. Now they're going to try to give it underneath, and they're going to kick it back out to Johnson. His little spin move shot is up and good by Johnson. Second bucket of the night. Now as Garver brings it up across half court, gets it off to Gertner. Gertner back to Garver. Now to Tate Kimball out on the high right wing. He drives it down, stops his dribble. Now Breidenbach left elbow, and his shot is no good, but he was fouled on the shot, and that will go against Terrell Jones. Team first. So that will send Austin Breidenbach to the line to shoot a pair. See what Austin can do here from the free throw line. That is up and no good. Breidenbach on the year from the free throw line is 63%. 4-2 Bison with 4:51 to go here in the first period of play. That one is in and stays in. Started to roll out there, but it stayed put. So 4-3 now as the Bison get the ball up the floor quickly. That shot is going to be blocked. They're going to call it on Trey McBride. That's going to be two quick ones on Trey. So they're going to get Connor Shaver into the contest. And that is going to send, I believe that's Dylan Holt, a 6'3 junior, to the line to shoot two. So Dylan Holt on the year from the free throw line. That first one is up and good. Only shooting 53%, but that looked like a pretty good shot there, and it was up and good. As Connor Shaver comes into the contest for Trey McBride, the Fort Morgan students getting into this game. That one is up and no good, rebounded by Nate Gertner. Garver now back to Gertner. Gertner kicks it off to Tate Kimball. Kimball from the free throw line. Nice fake there, and his shot is up and good for Kimball. Little head fake, and Bison went right on by him, and Tate was wide open. That shot is going to be up and good by Holt, his first bucket of the night. 7-5 Bison as they get to Tate Kimball. He's going to stop and pop. It's off the front of the rim and no good. Rebounded though. Going to finally be taken away by the Bison. Going to take it all the way down. That shot is going to be up and good. And fouled on the shot. So that will be Tate Kimball's first foul. Let's see who that is at the line. 9-5 in favor of the Bison as Drew Gerken comes in for Nate Gertner. I believe that is T-Ray Johnson at the line with the bucket. And the foul on Tate Kimball. So 9-5, 4:05 to go here. Free throw is up and no good. Rebounded by Connor Shaver. Austin Breidenbach gets it off to Gerken. Gerken back to Garver. Garver from up top is good for the three. Grayson Garver with the three. 9-8 Bison with 3:47 to go. Kicks it over on the far side through the Bison to Sanders. Now it's back over to Johnson. Picks up his dribble. Now they're going to get it back to Sanders out at the point. Being guarded by Garver. Early over on the right side, but he is going to be called for the travel. Second turnover by the Bison. Now the Bison will have a substitution as Elijah Reed comes in for Terrell Jones. Full court press now for the Bison as Fort Morgan looks to get the ball in. They get it into Garver. She is picked up by Early. Pass down to Tate Kimball. Tate Kimball tries to drive it down. They're going to call a hand check foul out on the floor. And I believe that will be on T-Ray Johnson. His second team. As Fort Morgan inbounds left baseline of their basket. 9-8 Bison with 3:19 in the first period. They get it into Garver once again. Garver for another three, and that is up and off the rim and no good. Rebounded to Reed. Sanders gets it out to Hawkins. Hawkins over on the far side to Holt. Now they're going to drive it into the bucket, and that shot is going to be up and no good. But they're going to call a foul on Tate Kimball, I believe. And that will be two quick ones on Kimball, so he'll come out. Nate Gertner back into the contest after this first free throw. And I believe that is that early at the line, number 5? I believe that's who it is. Yes. And that free throw is up and no good. They're still 9-8. As Tate Kimball will take a seat. Kimball with 4 points for the Mustangs here in this first period. Early with his second one. That is up and good. 2-point lead for the Bison. Now shot is up and no good for Drew Gerken as the Bison save the ball from the out of bounds to Sanders. Sanders shot is up and no good. And it is getting rough in there now. 55 is a big boy. He's a 6'5 junior and probably weighs about, 240, 250?
I would say right around there, 240, 250.
So let's see what they're going to call here. The refs are having a discussion. I didn't see if they're going to... They called a foul. They called it on Elijah Reed, his first. So the Mustangs, the inbounds, close court here, but they do have to go the full length of the court, down 10-8. As they get the ball into Garver, now to Breidenbach, to Gertner. He gets it across half court. Back to Breidenbach. His layup is going to be up and good, and they're going to count it. He is fouled on a shot. Breidenbach right down the middle of the lane. Puts it up and in. And that will be second on Elijah Reed. So Breidenbach with his first bucket of the game ties it up at 10 with 2:38 to go. Jones comes in for Holt. As Breidenbach gets ready to shoot the free throw. All tied up at 10, and that is in and out. Rebounded by Early. He gets it in and over to Hawkins. Hawkins for the shot up and no good. Reed with the rebound, but tipped away now to Garver, but it's going to be over his head, but saved to Gertner. Now to Breidenbach from the left side, just short and rebounded to the Bison as they now have a breakaway. Shot is going to be up and good by Early. 12-10 Bison. So you get it to Breidenbach. Drew Gherkin picks up his dribble. They need to slow it down here a little bit. Got it to Garver, back to Gherkin to Breidenbach in the corner. That shot is up and no good. Rebounded to Gertner. His left-handed shot is up and good from underneath. So the first two for Gertner, 12-12. As the Bison now work the ball around to Sanders. Sanders being guarded by Garver, gives it off to Early out on the high left point. Now to Reed as he fakes to go in. Pass is going to be taken away by Gertner, so a turnover by the, and then taken away at the other end. Going to be saved down at this end as the Bison save. It's going to be a three from the far side, up and no good. Rebounded by the Mustangs as Austin Breidenbach comes down with it, his first of the night, as they get it to Nate Gertner. Under a minute to go here, 12-12. Gherkin to Breidenbach. Breidenbach in the right corner. They're going to call a hand check foul, I believe, on number 24. That will be Terrell Jones. Let's see if that's where it is going to end up. 24. So that will be 2 on Jones. 5 team fouls on Vista Peak, 4 on Fort Morgan, as Fort Morgan will inbound right baseline of their basket. Garver to inbounds. 49.6 seconds to go here in the first period of play as they get the ball into Gherkin. Gherkin picks up his dribble now to Breidenbach. Drives it down the left side, but it's tipped away from him. So a turnover by the Mustangs. With 39 seconds to go here and counting in the first period, 12-12. Non-stop action here at the gym in Fort Morgan. As Vista Peak passes the ball around, they have it out top to Taylor. Taylor now over to Johnson out on the high right wing. He hands it off to Alex Hawkins. Down to 12 seconds. They look to get the ball in. They do get it into Holt. His shot is going to be up and no good. Rebounded by Breidenbach. But his pass is going to be taken away. But his pass is going to be he had a no-look pass over his head but went out of bounds. So a turnover by Vista Peak. And we're down to 2.3 seconds as Fort Morgan gets it into Garver. And that's the way this first quarter will come to an end. 12-12. Action-packed contest here at Fort Morgan on B106 and B106.com. Back here at Fort Morgan High School, it's 12-12 as we start this second period of play. Trey McBride and Tate Kimball back into the game for the Mustangs. As Fort Morgan will control the ball to start this second period. 5 team foul on Vista Peak, 4 on Fort Morgan. But more importantly, Trey McBride with 2 and Tate Kimball with 2, and they're both back in the game, so they're going to have to watch their fouls. Grayson Garver now to Trey McBride on the right baseline. Garver now out on the left wing, drives it in, kicks it off to Gertner. Gertner to McBride out at the point. Drives it down, kicks it out to Garver for the three from the corner. Up and good for Grayson Garver. His second three of the night puts the Mustangs up 15-12. As a drive down the baseline by Alex Hawkins, and he is fouled on the shot. So Hawkins to go to the line to shoot two. And that foul is going to go against Breidenbach. So Hawkins to the line to shoot two. First one rolls around and goes in. Hawkins on the year is 77% from the free throw line. His first point of the night. Hawkins averages 10.8 points a game. So he lines up for shot number two, and that is also up and good. Cuts the lead to 15-14 with 7.5 minutes to go here in this second period of play. Tate Kimball with the ball. Picks up his dribble. Gets it off to Garver out on the left high wing. Now to Breidenbach, left corner. Picks up his dribble. Now to McBride. McBride just inside the three. His shot is going to be off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Breidenbach, his second. That shot is up and no good. Going to be rebounded by Holt. As they're going to call a travel on Vista Peak on early. That's 5 turnovers already for Vista Peak here in this first half. Now Garver with the ball as he is being guarded man-to-man by Early. McBride now out on the right wing, back to Garver at the point to Gertner. Now that cut underneath, but it's going to be tipped out of bounds by Early. So Fort Morgan will inbounds left baseline, not 10 feet from the corner. And they get the ball into McBride. Gets it out to Garver. Garver now to take Kimball. Kimball for the three is up and good for Kimball. His first three of the night. Shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Breidenbach. His third rebound as they get the ball off to Kimball. Kimball to Breidenbach in the right corner. He drives and his shot is up and no good, but they're going to call a foul underneath on the shot. I believe that will be on Early. See who they put that on. I believe it will be Trey Early with the foul. That would be his first. Now they're discussing who the foul was on, I believe. It will be on Early, his first. 16 fouls for Vista Peak, 5 for Fort Morgan as Breidenbach will go to the line to shoot two. First free throw is up and good. So Breidenbach on the year from the free throw line is 63%. 5-point lead here for the Mustangs. Now a 6-point lead as he hits the second. 20-14. Fort Morgan. Vista Peak now throws the ball around here a little bit. They get it inside. Shot is up and no good. It was contested but taken down by Holt. His rebound is up and no good. Or shot is no good. Rebounded by McBride as he gets it down to Breidenbach. Tate Kimball tries to drive the lane, picks it up, gets it back out to Breidenbach. Now to Trey. Trey for the three, and that is going to be off the rim and no good though, but rebounded by Gertner. Shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Holt. Shot is up and no good. Rebound is up and good though by Terrell Jones. His first 2 points of the night. Now a 4-point game. Fort Morgan 20-16 with 5:21 to go here in the first half. As Tate Kimball is going to drive it all the way down to the lane. His layup is up and good for Tate Kimball. What a nifty move he has going to the lane. It just opened up and he went right down and put it up and in. 22-16. That shot is going to be up and good for Hawkins. His first bucket of the night. 4 points for Alex Hawkins. Nate Gertner off to Trey McBride. Trey all the way to the bucket. Up and good for Trey McBride from the left side. his first basket of the night. 4 points on the night. Now Hawkins drives it. His shot is going to be up and no good. Rebounded though. Oh, nice block by Trey McBride, but the rebound goes back to Holt. And he puts it up and in for the bucket. 24-20. Grayson Gerber now kicks it off to Breidenbach, but it was a bad pass as either Breidenbach was out of bounds or the ball hit out of bounds. So we have Drew Gherkin in and Breidenbach comes out. And it looks like the Vista Peak Bison will take a timeout, so we will just keep it right here. So you want some exciting basketball, this is the place to be tonight, Corey.
Exactly. It's non-stop and close game and everything to go with it. It's a good crowd we got here tonight too.
Nice crowd, nice big student section, a lot of people here. I don't think there's a lot here from Vista Peak. There's a few here. Plus we have the band. So it's a great atmosphere here tonight at Fort Morgan High School for high school basketball. As the winner of this game will have 2 wins in the league, and the other team will be 1-1. But that will be decided about 40 minutes from now, probably, as we're only halfway through this second period of play, 24-20. As the Bison have brought the ball in with Hawkins. Backs it out, being guarded by Garber. Now over on the right side to Johnson. To Holt now out at the right elbow. He drives it all the way down and tips it off. Then they're going to call a push foul underneath. Let's see who they call it on. See if it's going to be on Gherkin.
That's what it looks like.
Going to call it on Nate Gertner, number 14. It's his first foul. 6 team fouls on each team. So the Bison will inbound right baseline of their basket as they get it into Johnson. Deep 3, and that is going to be up and good by Hawkins for the 3. 1-point game now for the Mustangs, 24-23. Tate Kimball, layup is up and no good. Rebounded, taken away by, finally controlled by Garver. And his shot is going to be up and no good. Rebounded, but out of bounds. They're going to say it's off of Holt. And out of bounds. And Fort Morgan will retain possession to throw it in right baseline of their basket. Tate Kimball to inbounds. He gets it in to Gherkin. They called a foul. They called that on Connor Shaver. (24-23) with 3:35 to go. Fort Morgan with the lead. So you get the ball over to Early out on the left wing. Now back to Holt out at the point. So you get it underneath to Jones. His shot is going to be up and good for Jones. His second bucket of the night. Garver all the way to the basket, up and no good. Rebounded by Early. Vista Peak now up 25-24 with 3 minutes to go here in the first half of play. Holt now drives it into the lane. His shot is going to be up and no good. Rebounded by Garver. Now Garver gets it across half court, gets it off to Kimball. Kimball out on the high right wing, drives it into the free throw line. His shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Early, his 4th of the game. As they get the ball down court, now they're going to get it into Holt. He flips it over though. That shot is going to be up and no good by Terrell Jones, but he is going to be fouled on the play, and that will go against Drew Gherkin. his first, but that will send Terrell Jones, to the line to shoot a pair. Terrell Jones on the year is shooting 59% from the free throw line, and that shot is up and no good. Buildings by Design has the experience to complete your project from start to finish. Get the quality you deserve in your building by starting your build project right. Start with Buildings by Design. So Connor Shaver out. That shot is up and good for Jones. 5 points on the night for Jones. A 2-point lead now for the Bison, 26-24. Gherkin now picks up his dribble, gives it off to Garver out on the left high wing. Being guarded by Early, kicks it off to Breidenbach. Now to Gherkin. Breidenbach now, he gets it down. It's going to be off of Jones and out of bounds. Fort Morgan to inbounds in front of the Bison bench with 2:07 to go here. First half of play, the Bison up 26-24. So it was 12-12 at the end of the first period. They're going to call a hand check foul on the Bison. And that will go against number 23, T-Ray Johnson, his second. So that will send Tate Kimmel to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. Tate can knock this first one down. He is shooting 51% from the free throw line. His first shot is up and rolls around and goes in. So he will earn a second. As Breidenbach and McBride fill the lane for the Mustangs. Mustangs down one, 26-25, 2:05 to go. That is in and out and off the hands of Early and out of bounds. So Fort Morgan will get the ball back to throw it in left baseline of their basket as Tate Kimball looks to get it in. Oh, nice lob into Trey. He just missed it. With Bison getting the rebound. Shot from the left baseline is going to be up and good by T-Ray Johnson. His first for the second period, 8 on the night. Man-to-man defense for the Bison. Quick feet there by Tate Kimmel, but he gets the ball out to Breidenbach. Now they're going to have a reach-around foul on Fort Morgan. Apparently they're going to call that on. Called that on. Who did that? I'm not sure what they. Must have just been a turnover, I guess. I thought it was a foul, but they didn't put anything up on the board or didn't say anything to the scoring table. So the Bison now looking to pass the ball around all on the perimeter. They try to get something opened up underneath. Early now over to Sanders. Sanders back to Early, over to Hawkins out at the point. As they get it to Holt at the right elbow. 28-25 Bison with right at a minute to go here in this first half of play. As they get it down into Sanders, now back out to look for a lob play. He was open for a minute, but they didn't see him. So you get it out to Sanders. Sanders back out to Hawkins. See if they're going to just back this out. And looks like they're going to try and shoot for the last shot. Now Garver goes out to Hawkins as he gets it off to Johnson. 35 seconds to go. Mustangs down 3, 28-25. Coach Chad Unrein telling his players just to stay back and let him run the play down. Let it run down. They don't want, especially Tate Kimball, they don't want him getting a foul here late in the second period of play. That would give him 3 fouls. Now they're get some movement going here, get into the play. Now a deep 3, and that is up and no good by Holt. Sanders rebounded by Trey McBride. He kicks it out to Tate Kimball. Out the buzzer up and off the rim and no good. He had a good look at it, but it was just off the side of the rim. So at the end of the first half, the Mustangs down 3, 28-25 on B106 and B106.com. Back here at Fort Morgan High School, where the Mustangs find themselves down 3, 28-25 at halftime. I said Tate Kimball leads the way with 10 points. He is averaging 11.3, so he's well above his average. Starting into the second half here, Trey McBride only has 4, and he's averaging 15, so he's well below his season average. Breidenbach on the season is averaging 8 points, and he has only got 3, so he is under his average also. So we will see if the boys can come out and get a hot hand. It's a fast-paced game. This Vista Peak Bison bunch likes to get up and down the court, and they like to drive the lane. They've got some fairly tall kids in there. They've been using that Elijah Reed. He's a 6'5 junior. Dylan Holtz is 6'3 junior. Alex Hawkins is 5'11 senior. But they run a good offense and find them open under the bucket. So it looks like Vista Peak will have first possession here as we start this second half of play. As the Fort Morgan High School band plays away over there. Nice job by them tonight. So Vista Peak inbounds into the back court to Tay-Ray Johnson. Now over on the right side, shot is going to be up and off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Holt though. Shot is going to be up and good by Dylan Holt, plus the rebound. So 5-point deficit here right off the start for the Mustangs. Breidenbach now to Trey McBride. Trey drives it into the lane, kicks it out to Tate Kimball. Kimball into the lane. Now he finds McBride, but his pass is going to be taken away underneath, so turnover. Layup is going to be up and no good. Rebounded by Breidenbach. His 4th rebound of the night. Takes it all the way down. His layup is going to be up and good. And they're going to call a foul on the play. Nice drive by Austin Breidenbach. And that foul will go on Tay-Ray Johnson. So Breidenbach now with 5 points on the night. And he will go to the line to shoot 1 to try to get this to a 2-point game, and he does. Nice shot there by Austin. Johnson brings the ball down against Gertner. Going to kick it off to the outside to Early. He looks over to Hawkins, but doesn't pass it. Now he will give it off to Hawkins out on the left wing as they look to get it underneath to Terrell Jones. He's a 6'1 senior. Back it out now. Early drives it down to the lane. His shot is up and no good, but he gets his over rebound and puts it back up and in. 32-28 now to get the ball out to Trey, and he's going to try a 3 from left side. Up and good for Trey. So a 1-point game, 32-31, and Coach Unrein will take a 30-second timeout, so we will leave it here. The Fort Morgan timeout is brought to you by Early Toyota East. Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Early Toyota East in Fort Morgan will fit you into the car or truck of your choice. Serving all of Northeast Colorado, Early Toyota East. So still an up and down contest here, Corey, in the second half.
It's just back and forth. They were down 5 points now, and now they're ahead 1. So it's a really close game. Now both teams are performing at their best tonight.
They don't have oxygen on the sidelines, but I bet sometimes they wish they did. The way they're running up and down this court tonight. So the free throw was good, as we said, 32-31 in favor of the Bison.
Nice when we had Eric Kimball last year, but he unfortunately graduated last year.
Yep. And we got younger brother Tate
out on the floor right now.
Yep. Tate, Grayson Garber, Nate Gertner, Austin Breidenbach, and Trey McBride as the Bison look to get the ball underneath. They pass it around the perimeter. Have it in the corner now. It's going to drive it down the lane as Johnson. He stops and shoots, and he is going to be fouled on the shot. And that's going to go against Nate Gertner. That is Gertner's second. And that will send Tay-Ray Johnson to the line to shoot 2. One that's up and good for Johnson. First National Bank in Fleming. Bank your financial needs with a Logan County home-owned bank since 1917. First National Bank in Fleming, member FDIC. Second shot also up and good. 10 points on the night for Tay-Ray Johnson. As Fort Morgan gets the ball down past half court. Johnson averages 15.8 points a game. Now Gertner out on the left wing into McBride. McBride drives it all the way down. His little jumper is going to be up and good, and they're going to call the foul on the shot. So McBride with the deuce plus the foul. And they're going to call that on. Let's see who they're going to call it on. 24 is Terrell Jones, his third. So McBride to go to the line to try to tie this up. McBride on the season is shooting 53%. His free throw is going to be short off the front of the rim, taken away by Holt initially, but then picked up by Early. Hawkins now passes it over to Early out on the high right wing. Hawkins looks to get it underneath the Holt. Nice tip away by Trey McBride. Turnover there by the Bison. Now Fort Morgan gets it over to Gertner on the high right wing. 5:22, 34-33 Bison. Grayson Garber tries to take it in, but his shot is going to be blocked and taken away. Hawkins all the way down. His shot is going to be up and good on the layup for Hawkins. 9 points on the night for Hawkins. His first bucket here in the second half. 3-point lead, 36-33 with 5 minutes to go, third period. Austin now gets it to Tate Kimball. Little jumper from the left baseline is up and good for Kimball. Little 10-footer there, tip into the hands, and shot is up and good by Early. 7 points on the night for Early. Austin Breidenbach drives it all the way down, layup from the left side for Breidenbach. Fort Morgan down 1, 38-37. It looks like they will call a timeout, so we'll take one with them. 38-37 Bison with 4:30 left to go here in the third period on B106 and B106.com. Back here at Fort Morgan High School with Corey Riddle. This is Brian Nickel as we are not quite halfway through this third period of play here at Fort Morgan High School with the Bison up 38-37, and they will inbound just in front of the Mustang bench as they get it into Hawkins. Hawkins being guarded man-to-man by Grayson Garber. Hawkins a senior, Garber a sophomore. And the skip pass over to the right side to Johnson. Now it's going to go back to Hawkins. Kicks it back out to Johnson. Hawkins for a deep three. That is off the rim and no good. Rebounded by Breidenbach. Nice strong rebound there by Breidenbach in front of. Oh, nice job by Grayson Garber. Shot is up and missed though by Nate Gertner as they're going to get the ball down quickly. Little spin move in the lane is up and good for Dylan Holt. 40-37. Mustangs down 3. Grayson Garber, they're going to call a hand check out on the far side, and that will go against Terrell Jones. That will be 4 on Jones. So we'll see who they are. Quincy Sanders comes in, Hawkins goes out, Nate Gertner comes out, and Drew Gherkin in for the Mustangs. Elijah Reed in and Terrell Jones out for the Bison. Fort Morgan to inbound as they do is a lob into Trey McBride. His shot is going to be up and going to be a foul on the shot. I believe that will go against Elijah Reed. Will be his third, so Trey McBride to the line to shoot 2. He was there just a minute ago and missed that free throw, so need all the points they can get here and earn these free ones from the free throw line. That one is off the back of the rim and no good. See if he can get this second shot to go. He is hit too earlier, does get that one. Cuts it to a 2-point lead for the Bison, 40-38 as they get it down court quickly, get their offense going with Sanders. Now over to Johnson. It's going to be tipped away though and taken away by the Mustangs as they get it up to Tate Kimball on the left wing. He drives it into the lane, up and good with a little right-handed hook for Tate Kimball. 14 points on the night for Kimball. Tied this game up at 40-40. Shot is going to be up and good. I believe that was Tay-Ray Johnson. Shot up and no good by the Mustangs. Rebounded by Early. Tay-Ray Johnson all the way down. Dishes it off to Holt. Holt now for the deuce, and he does not get it. Rebounded to Breidenbach. Now Trey McBride brings it all the way down. Stops, gives it to Kimball. Kimball back to McBride out at the three-point line. Underneath, but it's going to be taken away by the Bison as Sanders knocks it away from behind. Bison up 2, 42-40 with 2:20 to go here in the third period. So a tight contest here between the 1-0 teams here in the Colorado 7 League. As they get the ball over on the far side, they're going to call a travel. He made a double step there with his feet, so a turnover by Vista Peak. Austin comes out, Grayson Garver comes out, Connor Shaver back into the game, and Nate Gertner back into the game. As Fort Morgan to inbounds, they get the ball to Drew Gherkin. Back to Tate Kimball with 2 minutes to go, 42-40 Bison. Trey out on the wing, now he's going to give it to Gherkin out high at the point. He tries to drive it down the right side, gives it to Trey McBride. His pass is going to be taken away. I'm not sure what they're going to say. It was out of bounds off of Vista Peak. They blew the whistle, and I don't know why, because I think the ref out here blew the whistle, didn't he? The guy out here high.
I think so.
I'm not sure just what it was. I didn't, but Fort Morgan possession, so 1:45 to go here, third period. So you get it into Nate Gertner. Gertner back to Kimball. Kimball for a three from the top. It's up and good for Tate Kimball. Nice screen set over there by Gertner. That puts the Mustangs up 43-42 with 1:30 to go here, third period. They get the ball into Quincy Sanders. His shot up and no good. Rebounded to McBride. McBride now off to Kimball as he keeps his dribble alive out at the point. Kicks it off to Connor Shaver. Connor Shaver off to Gertner as they do the weave. Nate Gertner for the three from the top. That is off the rim and no good. But rebounded by Drew Gherkin. Nice job by Gherkin. Now a three from the top by Trey McBride. It's nothing but net from McBride. Nice job by Trey McBride. 46-42, a 4-point lead just like that for the Mustangs. As Trey McBride knocks it down from the top. I didn't see if that was, it's going to be a 30-second timeout, so we'll just keep it right here.
Go from being 2 points behind to 4 points ahead.
They've been down as much as 5. I think 5 is as much as they've been down the whole game. There's been They haven't been able to quite get over that hump there. They get it down to 1, and then Vista Peak could get it back up to 5 again. And
they're putting up a fight, though. I tell you.
Oh, yeah, this is they're hitting some threes here. Trey McBride has hit 2 threes here in the second half, and Tate Kimball has hit 1 3. That sometimes you live by the 3, and sometimes you die by the 3. But right now they're living by it right now. 13 points on the night for Trey McBride.
I got him down for 7 rebounds for tonight already.
And Tate Kimball has 17 points on the night. So under a minute to go here, third period, as Hawkins brings it down and gives it off to Johnson. Now a deep 3, and that is going to be up and good. Nice looking shot there by Quincy Sanders. His first points of the night come from the top of the 3. Now that's Fort Morgan up by 1. Connor Shaver out of the right high wing gets it out to Gherkin. Now over to Tate Kimball down to 28 seconds. McBride now drives down the left baseline. His little upper shot is going to be up and no good. Rebounded though by Trey Early, as they're going to look for the last shot here of the third quarter. No, they're not. They're going to launch it up, and that brings nothing but rain right there. That was a high arching shot by Sanders. Another 3, so that puts them up 2, 48-46. Nate Gertner with a deuce at the buzzer, up and no good. So at the end of 3, the Mustangs down 2, 48-46 on B106 and B106.com. Back here at Fort Morgan High School, entering the 4th period of play as the Mustangs find themselves down by 2. Outscored Vista Peak 21-20. They were up by 4 here with just a little under a minute, but that lead got away from them as Quincy Sanders hit 2 threes back-to-back. So now Grayson Garver was going to drive it down, kicks it off to Tate Kimball. Trey McBride for another 3, and that is up and off the rim and no good. Rebounded by Gertner. Breidenbach now to Trey McBride. Trey again fakes the 3, drives it off to Austin Breidenbach. Breidenbach layers up and off the backboard and good. That ties this game up at 48-48. As the crowd gets back into it, shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Gertner. As he gets it up to Breidenbach. Breidenbach to Tate Kimball in the corner, now underneath, but taken away by the Bison. Another 2, that's a real good shot there by Quincy Sanders, taken away by Fort Morgan. As Nate Gertner slows it down, Breidenbach now with it to Garver. Garver loses it for a minute, now it's going to be stolen from him by Hawkins. Hawkins all the way down for the layup. That is up and no good as Grayson Garver changed the shot, but that 3 is going to be up and also no good, but rebounded by Holt. So a nice job there by Grayson Garver to hustle down and mess up that layup. Keeps this game tied at 48 with 6.5 to go. Get the ball over to Sanders, now back up. Sanders is going to keep it, keeps the dribble alive. Kicks it off to Holtz. He's going to drive it down the lane. Passes it off and up and good for Trey Early. 50-48, Vista Peak with 6:14 to go here in this contest. The Mustangs get the ball to Trey McBride, now to Grayson Garver. Garver all the way down the lane. His little one-handed shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Early. As they look to slow it down a little bit as they bring it up court. As they get it into the corner, now out high to Sanders. Yeah, they're going to call the travel. Took 2 running steps. He was going to pass the ball, and the lane was blocked as Trey Early is called for the turnover. Drew Gherkin and Grayson Garver comes out. As he gets a little lesson from the coach as he comes off onto the bench. So Fort Morgan still down 2, 50-48. Breidenbach gets it off to Gherkin. Gherkin now over to Gertner. Breidenbach's going to drive it all the way in. Layup is going to be up and no good. Off the backboard and off the rim and no good. Had a couple of easy layups here the last couple times down, and they haven't been able to connect. So Vista Peak with T-Ray Johnson gets it over to Hawkins. Hawkins drives it down, but they're going to call a foul out on the floor. I believe that will go on Gherkin, I believe. We'll see what. It will be Gherkin's second, only the second team foul in this second half, 4 on Vista Peak, so they've been letting them play. It's been really a pretty clean game. Grayson Garver back into the game. Gherkin comes out. As Terry Johnson looks to get the ball in, gets it in to Hawkins. Now back out front to Sanders, being guarded by Breidenbach. Sanders drives it all the way down. His shot is going to be up and no good. And a jump ball is going to be called, and that will be in favor of the Bison. So they will retain possession and throw it in left baseline of their basket. As Terry Johnson looks to throw it in. So they get it in to Sanders. Being guarded by Kimball. Mustangs down 2, 50-48. Just under 5 minutes to go here. They get it over to Hawkins, now over onto the right side to Sanders. Sanders going to drive it down. Now a three from the left corner is going to be up and no good. Rebounded though by Trey McBride. Trey McBride takes it all the way down. He's going to hand it off to Tate Kimball. His shot is going to be blocked from behind by Terrell Jones. So another empty possession here for the Mustangs. 4:25, and they're down 2, 50-48. Still plenty of time as Hawkins drives it down, now kicks it out as the Bison look to slow it down here a little bit. Looks like they're going to make the Mustangs come out and play them. We'll see how soon Chad Unrein, coach of the Mustangs, wants them to come out. T-Ray Johnson, now he's going to kick it back out high to Hawkins. Hawkins almost lost it, but going to go back out high to Sanders. They're running some time off the clock, just under 4 minutes. Now they're going to get it underneath to T-Ray Johnson, or excuse me, Terrell Jones. Now a three from the deep corner. That is off the rim and no good. Rebounded by McBride. They're going to get it up to Breidenbach. Breidenbach's shot is up and no good, but he was fouled on the shot. So Breidenbach will go to the line to try to tie this game up. And that foul is going to be on T-Ray Johnson, his fourth. And Breidenbach will go to the line to shoot two. And that is up and good. So nice job there by Breidenbach. He can get this next one to go and tie it up. So Tate Kimball and Trey McBride, Austin Breidenbach, Grayson Garver, and Nate Gertner on the floor right now for the Mustangs. Second shot is going to be short off the front of the rim, so Mustangs still down one. As the rebound goes to the Bison. 3:23 and counting here, fourth period. Early kicks it off out on the corner to T-Ray Johnson, being guarded by Gertner. Over on the far side to Hawkins. Now up high to Terrell Jones, being guarded by McBride. And now a timeout will be called by the Vista Peak Bison. So we'll take one with them with 3:02 to go. The Mustangs down one, 50-49 on B106 and B106.com. Brian Nickel with Corey Riddle here at Fort Morgan High School. We have 3:02 left here in this contest. The Mustangs down one, 50-49. Austin Breidenbach had a chance to tie this up a couple of minutes ago with a free throw, but hit off the front of the rim. Possession to the Bison now, as they're going to have a foul called out on the floor. Fort Morgan has plenty of fouls to give. That's only going to be their third. And that will go against Grayson Garver, his first. They will inbounds far side in front of the Fort Morgan student body. Once again, a nice showing here by the Fort Morgan High School students as the ball gets into Hawkins, being guarded by Garver. Now the Mustangs trying to trap. Nice job to get back under for McBride as it was open under there for a minute. Kind of helter-skelter under the basket right now, but retained by the Bison is Hawkins. 2:35. Back to Hawkins out at the point. He holds the ball. Grayson Garver back out on him. Gets it over to Tay-Ray Johnson. His shot is going to be up, rolls out, and no good. But rebounded by Terrell Jones, and then he's going to be fouled on the shot. I believe that's going to be, I believe that was on Trey. That will be his third. So that will send Terrell Jones to the line to shoot two. He is 1 of 2 so far tonight from the free throw line. That was in the second quarter. That is up and good. So 2-point lead now for the Bison, 51-49. Fort Morgan had come back and had about a 4-point lead early on here, but cannot quite get over the hump as that second free throw was also good. 52-49, 2:19 and counting here in this fourth period. Tate Kimball all the way down into the lane, has to get it out. His pass is going to be tipped away, but taken by Fort Morgan. Trey McBride all the way from the left side. His little layup is going to be up and good by McBride, his first of the quarter. Fort Morgan's only scored almost 5, as both teams have scored. As they will call a jump ball over on the other side as Tate Kimball goes down on the floor to tie up Alex Hawkins, and possession arrow to the Mustangs as they are down 52-51 with 1 minute and 55 seconds to go. So we'll see how Coach Unrein wants to play this, and he will call a timeout right now. And we will see if it is I believe it's going to be a full timeout, so we will take one with them. 52-51 with 1:55 to go on B106 and B106.com. Back here at Fort Morgan High School with Corey Riddle, this is Brian Nickel, a barn burner here at Fort Morgan High School, as it is a 52-51 contest as Fort Morgan just earned a jump ball. So it will be their possession as they will throw it in far side in front of the student section. They get it in to Grayson Garver. He gets it up past half court, passes it off to Kimball, now underneath to Garver. Garver's jump left side is up and good. Puts the Mustangs up 53-52 with 1 minute 59 to go. Now Grayson Garver is going to be called for the foul out front. That's only the fourth team foul on Fort Morgan, so they still have 2 to give before they start shooting. As they look to get the ball in, they do get it into Jones. Little jumper from the left elbow is up and no good. Rebounded by McBride. Tate Kimball all the way down. His layup is up and good on the breakaway for Tate Kimball. His first bucket here of the fourth period. It is going to be a 30-second timeout, so we will keep it here. This Fort Morgan timeout is brought to you by Early Toyota East. Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Early Toyota East in Fort Morgan will fit you into the car or truck of your choice. Serving all of Northeast Colorado, Early Toyota East. So the Mustangs now with a 3-point lead, Corey, and we'll see what happens from here. It's been a tight one the whole way.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see if the Mustangs can hold on to this 3-point lead here.
It'll be tough.
It's going to take a lot of defense going on there without fouling them on the shots there.
We still have both teams now at 5 team fouls. Going to see what trying to see what they were shooting as a team as far as Vista Peak is going concerned, but I don't see it right offhand. So 55-52, 1:25 to go here in the fourth period as Vista Peak brings it in from the far end of the court, gets it in across half court. Alex Hawkins is going to be called for the offensive foul against Grayson Carter as he is using the forearm to push him down. So a nice job here by the sophomore as that foul goes against Alex Hawkins, his first, 16 fouls. So Fort Morgan with a 3-point lead. A lot of time left, a minute 12. Tate Kimball drives it down the lane, kicks it out to Garver. They're going to wait for him to foul him, I am sure. I don't think they were. And it's going to be taken away by Jones, but taken back away by Fort Morgan as they get the timeout by Coach Unrein as he's going to try and settle this down. It's going to be a full timeout, so we'll take on with him 55-52 with 57.8 seconds to go here on B106 and B106.com. 55-52 Fort Morgan, and they have possession as the student body has come alive once again on the far side. And Tate Kimball to inbounds at midcourt. They get it into Breidenbach. He gives it back to Tate Kimball. Kimball is going to be tipped out of bounds though off of Holt under the basket. 53.9 seconds as Fort Morgan to inbounds. Left baseline of their basket. As Tate Kimball looks to get it in. Gets it into Nate Gertner. Gertner's shot is up and good. Just a little gimme right there at the bucket for Gertner. His first two of the fourth period. Shot up and no good, but they're going to call a foul, I think, on the shot. Let's see who that's going to go against. That's going to go on McBride. That will be 4 on McBride, and that will send Hawkins to the line to shoot 2. So the Mustangs up 5, 57-52. Hawkins' first free throw is up and good. Terrell Jones comes out. Quincy Sanders in for the Bison. 57-53, 41.7 seconds as Hawkins will shoot his second free throw, and that is up and also good. He is 4 for 4 from the free throw line tonight. As Fort Morgan gets the ball inbounds, they get it up to Grayson Garver. Now across over to Trey McBride out high to Austin Breidenbach, now to Grayson Garver. As the Mustangs, as they finally foul Trey McBride out on the right side. I didn't see who that is on. They're going to call that on early. That'll be 2 on Trey early. So Trey McBride to the line. This is where Fort Morgan can win this thing. As well, 17 fouls, so it is a 1-and-1. 53% for McBride from the free throw line. Mustangs up 3, 57-54.
What's his percentage, Brian?
53%.
Okay.
So McBride's first free throw up and good. For McBride, 3 points in this period for McBride.
Well, it's showing his percentage.
So a 4-point game here, 2-possession game for the Mustangs now, 58-54 with 28 seconds. Next free throw is in and out, and rebounded over by Nate Gertner. Now Trey McBride. We have a foul called underneath. Let's see who that's going to go on. It'll be on Vista Peak. Number 2, Alex Hawkins, will be his second, so that'll send Trey back to the line for another 1-and-1. So he needs to sink this thing. Make the points while you can. 23.7 seconds. First free throw is up and good. So he will earn a second. 5-point lead now for the Mustangs with 23.7 seconds. You know
this could put it away for the night.
But the Bison will be headed down court quickly. So this is a big free throw here for Trey. That free throw is up and off the front of the rim and no good. They called apparently somebody into the lane too soon, so McBride would go back and get another shot at it. As Tate Kimball is relaying some messages to the players. Time to try to get this one put in the bottom of the net, 59-54. That free throw is up and good. 6-point lead as they get the ball in. And they pass it around down to 18 seconds. A deep three, and that is off the side of the rim and no good. Oh, blocked at the basket by Trey McBride as they try to go up with it. Trey McBride with the big block. 11.1 seconds to go, and there is a foul called underneath. And we'll see who that is going to go against. Number 2, Alex Hawkins, will be his third, and this will send Austin Breidenbach to the line to shoot to shoot a 1-and-1. Mustangs up 6, 60-54. First free throw is up and good. So it looks like Fort Morgan
Put it up, 61.
should be able to win this thing up 7 points. Free throw is up and no good. Rebounded by Vista Peak. We're down to under 10 seconds. I just let him drive all the way. Shot is going to be up and good by Tay-Ray Johnson. As Vista Peak will call a timeout. And it is a full timeout, but I think we'll just leave it right here. We have 3.8 seconds.
I think the Mustangs got this wrapped up here.
You know, they just still got to get the ball in, and you know they're going to be that the Bison are going to be fouling, and they're going to have to. Of course, the next one will be an automatic 2 because they're at 9 team fouls. Fort Morgan's at 6. But you've still got to hit your free throws. Even if you get 2, you still need to hit them.
Yeah.
You know, this is where
if they can get the ball in, it'll be over.
You know, they'll be fouling them, so they're going to have to hit their free throws. But it's been a great atmosphere tonight up here at Fort Morgan High School. The student body has really done a great job. The pep band has been playing, and a nice big crowd here for the Mustangs. It's been a great evening of high school basketball. As Fort Morgan will inbounds after that made basket at the far end of the court. They get the ball in to Tate Kimball. They're not even going to foul. It's going to be over. And that's a big win there for the Fort Morgan Mustangs as they beat the Vista Peak Bison 61-56 in an exciting basketball game here at Fort Morgan High School. We will be back with the postgame show in 3 minutes on B106 and B106.com. This Fort Morgan Mustangs postgame show is brought to you by Morgan Community College. Find out why Morgan Community College is the best choice for your higher education. Visit MCC online at www.morgancc.edu or stop by the campus for a personal advising session. MCC, here to help you imagine your possibilities, believe in yourself, and achieve your goals. Well, we had an action-packed game here tonight. It was a great game, great atmosphere here tonight at Fort Morgan High School with the Mustangs coming out victorious 61-56. It was a 12-12 game at the end of the first quarter. Mustangs were down 28-25 at half, down 48-46 at the end of the third period. They outscored Vista Peak 15-8 in that fourth period to come away with the victory, 61-56. Leading scorers for the Vista Peak Bison, Tay-Ray Johnson with 14, Alex Hawkins with 11, Dylan Holt and Trey Early each with 9, Terrell Jones with 7, and Quincy Sanders with 6. For your Fort Morgan Mustangs, the leading scorer tonight was Tate Kimball with 19, Trey McBride with 18, Austin Breidenbach with 12, Grayson Garver with 8, and Nate Gertner with 4 for 61 for the Fort Morgan Mustangs. Free throws tonight, the Mustangs were 11 of 18 for 61%. The Bison were 11 of 15 for 73%. The Mustangs hit 5 of 8 for the free throws in that fourth period. And that's pretty much put it away for him, hitting those free throws. But I think Corey has some other numbers for us from the game.
We'll start with Vista Peak here first for the rebounds. Dylan Holt had a total of 10. Alec Hawk had a total of 3.
Quincy Sanders
had 1. Trey Early had 9. Terrell Jones had 3. And Elijah Reed had 2. The Bison ended up with a total of 11 turnovers for the game. For the Fort Morgan Mustangs, Grayson Garber had 3 rebounds. Trey McBride, 10 for the night. Very good. Austin Bredenbach had 7. And Nate Gertner had 5. And Drew Gherkin had 1. And the Mustangs for the turnovers was a total of 8. So very, very close game tonight. Really happy the Mustangs came out with the win. But Brian, player of the game.
Yeah, I think we're going to go with Trey McBride tonight. 18 points, 10 rebounds. Had a big block there right towards the end of the game. I don't remember who put the shot up there, but that was a big block there within the last few seconds of the game. So we're going to go with Trey McBride, and that Mustang player of the game is brought to you by Mr. D's Ace Home Center, with 3 locations to serve you better. Sterling, Brush, and Fort Morgan, your headquarters for all your home, farm, and ranch supplies from plumbing to feed. So Mustangs now 2-0 in league. The Vista Peak Bison 1-1. Mustangs will now go on the road and play at Fort Lupton next Tuesday night. The girls will be at 5:30. The boys will be at 7. You can hear those games right here on B106 and B106.com. And really, as you said, as the turnovers, only 11 for Vista Peak, only 8, though, for Fort Morgan. So
really a clean game.
A really clean game. And the refs were letting them play, and there really wasn't a lot of things that they didn't call. They let them play, and it was an exciting basketball game here at Fort Morgan High School. So I think we're going to go ahead and close this thing out tonight. The sound engineer and producer of Fort Morgan Mustangs basketball tonight has been Julie Garcia. For Corey Riddle, I'm Brian Nickel. Once again, the 2 final scores tonight. The girls win 38-36. The boys win 61-56. You've been listening to Fort Morgan Mustangs basketball on B106 and B106.com.